Hi everyone, it's Kristen Lustig here. Today we're going to be doing a beach pour for you on a Lazy Susan. But before we get started, I just want to say that I'm almost at 100. Yay! I know it's not much, but it's exciting, and I appreciate every single one of you that have signed up to be a subscriber on my channel. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And I want you guys to go ahead and send me your name, because not everybody has their YouTube channel or YouTube subscription set up to public. Most of you are private. So I need you to send me your name. Hopefully this is in the frame. Oops, there we go. Send me your name to this email address, and that will enter you into the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a painting, one of my snap bracelets, and a trivet. And I don't know if you guys saw it over the weekend, but I posted that you guys kind of pick the trivet. So the fire one won. So that'll be the one. I actually resined it today. If you live outside of the US, I cannot ship to you. It is way too expensive to do all that for 3 items. So well, even for 1 item, it's expensive. And that makes me really sad, because I appreciate all of my subscribers that are out of the country. If you would like to still receive the gift and be entered into the drawing, and you want to pay for the shipping, that will be fine. That's up to you. So if you are from out of the US, when you send me your email, just make sure that you let me know that in the email. Otherwise, you just need to send me your name to get you registered. And I will be doing that drawing next week on Monday or Tuesday. Probably the video will probably go up Tuesday. Sometimes I record on Monday, but I don't put them up until Tuesday. So that's exciting. I'm excited. I'm at 99 right now, so I just need one more. So hopefully you guys got that. Put it up there one more time, and I'll put it up there again at the end. But it's christiansoriginals@gmail.com. All lowercase. All right, so I have a bamboo Lazy Susan here that I have primered with a heavy-duty primer, just to make sure it doesn't warp. The first one I did was a much bigger one, and I was really sad because it was mine, and it turned out really pretty, but it warped. So I have since learned that you have to primer them first. So hoping for the best, that I've got enough primer on there that it won't warp this time. I'm going to do a beach scene on it, and this is the primer that I used. It is Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover Primer, flat white. And it says it bonds to plastic too, so that's pretty cool. So when I do my beach pours, I have 5 blues, and I have a white, and I have 4 of the browns. So I'll show you what all my colors are first, and then I'm going to layer them up in a couple cups. So I have the Prussian blue. This used to be golden, but I believe now it is Arteza. And it has some Artist Loft iridescent medium mixed in with that to give it some sparkle. One of my favorite colors. Okay, and I've got Artist Loft Cobalt Blue, which is also a metallic. I'm going to use Artist Loft Aqua, Artist Loft Turquoise, which I don't have much left of, but I think it'll be enough to do this pour, because this Lazy Susan isn't very big. I think this is a, maybe 11 or 13 inch round. And then I've got a Craft Smart Icy Blue. I haven't used this one yet on my beach pours. I'm excited to try it, because it's a metallic. So, and then I'm also going to add some metallics to the beach part. So I have Craft Mart Espresso. I have Artist Loft Parchment, which is not a metallic. The Craft Smart Champagne Gold, and that one is a metallic. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the burnt umber. just to give it a little bit of some darkness to the sand. Not a whole lot though. I want to keep the sand pretty light this time. And I will be resining this when I'm done, so it should be pretty cool. I'm going to turn on another light because it seems like we're getting a little dark in here. So let's get some more light going on in here. And hopefully not too many shadows. Got a little bit of shadow going on. Let me see. Oh, that's from the bottles. Let's put the bottles over here and they won't have a shadow. All right, first I'm going to mix up my sand cup. None of my colors in the bottles have silicone. And when I do a beach pour, I like to have some cells. So I've got my cups out here. I'm just going to layer them up and I'm going to be putting in some of the acrylic pour oil that I get on Amazon, my favorite one. I'll probably put 1 or 2 drops in between the layers. So start off with some parchment in the cup. I don't need a whole lot of paint for this. So I'm only going to fill this cup about halfway. That's the burnt. I'm going to wait on the burnt umber. I may not use the burnt umber today. I may just use those 3 because that espresso is pretty dark. It's a really pretty brown when it dries though. It's like a really rich, warm metallic brown. Okay, get some more of that parchment in there. I want this to look marbly, so that's why I'm just putting little bits in. And I want to end with the parchment. So that was the espresso and espresso metallic and the champagne gold with the parchment. And I did not put any silicone in that, so I'm going to put a couple drops and I'm going to swirl it a little bit. So I'm just going to go with 2 drops. I'm going to swirl it up. I'm going to put a little bit more of the champagne gold on top, just because the silicone is sitting on top. All right, so that is my sand cup. Now I'm going to do my ocean color cup. And I want the end up here to be, or the top to be the darker blue. As the ocean recedes, it gets darker. So I'm going to do that, the darker colors first, because they will come out of the cup last. And let's not forget to put the silicone in between the layers this time. What do you think? Good idea. I like how it's like I'm talking to myself. Put a couple drops in there. That was a little bit more than a couple drops, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to go with another, let me see, I'm going to put a little bit of the lighter turquoise, and then I'm going to go back and do another layer of the darker ones. Just because I want to have enough of that darker at the end. A little bit more oil. Okay, got 3 drops that time. All right, now I'm going to put in some of the aqua. Some of the turquoise. Some of the icy blue. I'm going to do that again. I want more in this cup because there's going to be more water than there is going to be sand. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of the metallic cobalt blue. because I want a little bit of depth in that front ocean area. And some icy blue. And a little bit more turquoise. I think we're done with the turquoise. I gotta fill that up. And a little bit of icy blue on top. Okay. So there is my blue cup. I got my blue cup and my brown cup. And I need to water down my white just a little bit. I wanted to show you guys. I put in, I'm not gonna put a whole lot in because I don't need a whole lot. Do not add silicone to the white, but I do thin it down. And I am gonna try a swipe and blow with the straw this time. I did some swiping on some ocean trivets that I did, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna try that and see what happens. You do not need to put down a base coat when you're doing these. So I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. It's actually that might be a little too watery. I think I'm gonna add some white back into it. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to experiment a little bit today. I got some of the Americana satin enamel, and I thought it would be fun just to put a little bit of that in here, into the white, and see what it does with the foaming action, if it changes it at all. I could not find this Deco Art satin enamel anywhere in the stores, so I had to go to, I'm just going to put just a little bit in there. I had to go to Amazon to get it. It was a little pricey, but you don't use very much from what I understand, so I'll make it last. It does make me wonder, though, because it's called satin enamel, if you could just use a satin enamel house paint. I don't know. Something to try. Maybe somebody out there. I'll ask Christina tonight, maybe. She's doing her Monday Night Live tonight. Okay, that's better. It's thinned down, but it's not too watery with that satin enamel in there. Okay, so let's get started. Get my cap back on my white. I'm gonna pour the beach colors first, and I'm gonna go kind of at a diagonal. I guess it doesn't really matter on a round surface though, as much. But I like to start over in the corner and swirl the paint round in circles. That way you get kind of that marbly, mixed up kind of sand color. Get all the colors kind of mixed together. Okay, that looks good. It's got a nice light. I wanted a light sand. Very cool. I like having the Lazy Susan thing. I might have to invest in a banding wheel. Banding wheel. So I'm just gonna tilt some of that off. Tilt it back towards the water. Get it to move around a little bit. Don't want to move it too much because you don't want to get zigzaggy lines. I do want to go over into this, my right, your left corner a little bit more. And then get it to drip off the edge. I want to make sure that edge gets covered. Tip it back over. I really like that espresso in there. I think it's going to be really pretty. Let me help it along a little bit here. And please don't warp, please. Okay. So that's about all the sand I want to have, because remember we're going to be doing a wave in there too. So you want about 1/3 sand, 2/3 ocean, and then your wave in the middle, or in between the two. All right, and now I'm going to pour, and I'm going to start here, and I'm not going to go all the way up to the brown, so I leave a little bit to put the white in. And then I'm going to move back this way so that we end up with the dark at the end. And on this, I kind of like to move it in kind of wave motion. A little bit touched anyway. That's okay. So get your wave and watch the cup. As soon as you start seeing some of the dark come out, start moving up towards the back or towards the top. There's that dark blue coming in. Okay. Don't have to go all the way up because I'm going to be tilting, but let's use up this paint. Really pretty. I might have to keep this one for myself. I always say that though, and I never do. I didn't put gloves on. Let me do that really quick before I start tilting this. I am really bad with my gloves. And I'm bad at work too, so I end up with really pretty fingernails because I do hair, and so I have hairdresser hands on top of artist hands. They look really beautiful when I go somewhere. Oh, okay, so we're gonna tilt. Let's see, I'm gonna tilt towards you guys, so let me turn this around. Okay, so we're just gonna tilt slowly and lightly. I just want that to go over the edge. I don't want to lose all that pretty blue, dark blue that I just put on there. And then I'm gonna go to the sides. As soon as I get that blue back down there, go ahead and tilt off the sides. Okay, and then go back the other way. I have a caterpillar in my ocean. I'm gonna have to get rid of him. Caterpillars do not live in water that I know of. Pretty sure. All right, I just want to get this little, well, it probably doesn't matter because I'm gonna put the wave in, the white. So there you go with that. I'm gonna tilt this down a little bit. All right. Very pretty, if I do say so myself. Bragging here. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the white. And I'm just going to pour a light line across where the blue and the brown are. Okay. I just splattered white paint everywhere. But I didn't get it on the painting, which is good. Just on my foot. We ripped out all the carpeting a few weeks ago in my studio here. And it's been wonderful because now I don't have to worry about getting paint on the floor at all. My husband kept saying, we need to put something down in there. And I said, no, I just want concrete. Don't want to have to worry about spilling things. All right, I'm gonna try this with my stick, my stir stick. And I'm going to swipe the bottom first, and then I'll go back, wipe my stick, and then go back on swipe the top. So let's see what we've got here. Just swiping lightly. Okay, I'm going to go back this way a little bit. Wiping my stick off. I'm going to go and I think I'm going to go halfway here. Halfway in the center. Swipe. I want you guys to be able to see this. Give us a little bit of a torch. Okay, I think I'm going to give it just a little bit of a blow with the straw. I wanted to talk about straws a little bit today because I've been noticing, which, you know, it's common sense really, but I just thought of it today. When you don't want a lot of airflow, then try to find a skinnier straw. A lot of the soda straws that you get that I've been collecting are bigger, and so they give out more air when you're blowing. So I got the smaller one out because I don't want to disturb this too much. I just want to give it a light push into the blue and then into the brown. And see if we can get some more foamy going on here. Get some wave action going. That looks awesome. Awesome, awesome. Let's turn it around. Blow into the sand. Oh, I have a little bit of white showing here, so let's get that covered. Okay, I'm gonna go back and blow. I'm gonna blow in the middle of this white, not at the edge of where the brown is, because I want the white to go into the brown. Okay. That white enamel is interesting. It's a little bit denser than my normal white. So I'll be curious to see how it dries up. I think that looks good. I wish I had a little bit more bubble in the middle. Looks like there's almost too much white paint in there. See if we can take some of that off. I like a little bit of the water coming through the white and sand. And remember we used, yeah, that's better. Break up some of that white a little bit. We used metallics in the sand. So those will be really cool when they dry. And I'm just lightly going through the middle of that white, just to pull up some of that blue that's underneath. Okay, that looks nice and splashy, which is what I like. And I want to add just a little bit to some other places up here, but I don't want to do as much, so I'm just going to lay down a little bit here and there. Try and find splashy areas that might look natural, you know, where a natural wave might be. I think I want to add a little bit of, let's see what's going to come out of this cup. There we go. Pour it out till you see what you like. I want to add a little bit of some of the lighter blue up in this area here, because it just seems like there's just too much of the darker blue. But I don't want to add white up there. Okay. And I'm going to do one little splash here. I like to do things in threes, so let's get a little bit right in here. Right in the middle. Okay. Then I'm going to go in and blow those just a little bit. I'm blowing down on those, directly down on top of them. Yeah, that enamel is really heavy, so it takes a little bit more blowing to get it to do what you want it to do. And those will come back. Everything will condense down a little bit. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not good, but I think in this case it'll look cool. So let me see. Let me give it one more torch. I want to go back in, and I dripped a little bit of white, so I don't want it to be so bright white in there. It's okay if there's a little bit, but just stretch those out a little bit there. And I'm trying to decide. I'm looking at it to make sure I'm good, I'm done, this is what I want. I am not sure about this spot right here. So I might go back in with a little bit of, I blew it a little bit too much there. but I don't want to totally get rid of it, so I'm just going to go back in with a little bit. There we go. That's better. It was a little too blobby looking there. All right, so that's the beach pour. I think it'll look really cool once it's dry and we get it resined. It'll be even better. And I will show you guys that once I get it all resined and pretty. All right, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and share. And you can contact me anytime at thechristiansoriginals.com@gmail.com. And that is where you need to send your entries. Thank you again for being my subscribers, my loyal audience of 100, almost 100. And there is the address again for you. And I will see you guys next week when we'll do our drawing. And then I'll do a pour afterwards. So hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.